Hey guys, it's Chris, and today we're going to be taking a look at how to power your RV Outbreak 3 if for whatever reason the normal way that you power it is unavailable. So maybe that's a dedicated outlet, maybe it's a factory outlet. Oftentimes this will come in the form of maybe erratic power in the outlet or an outlet that's just starting to age and is not functioning as effectively. There's a number of ways that this can look, but essentially the outlet that you would normally use to power the brake you can't use at the moment. So what do you do if you're in the middle of a trip? And of course, Murphy's Law, if it's gonna break, it's gonna break while you're on a trip. So you need another solution to power your brake if that ever does occur. And so the workaround temporarily, whenever you see this, the best way to do it at least, is going to be to run to a local retailer. Pretty much any big box retailer is gonna have these specific products, but they're essentially a jump starter kit. They'll go by different names depending on the manufacturer, but basically what the product is it's kind of a box with jumper cables on either side. And really its purpose is to jumpstart your car battery if it were to ever die while you're out and about. So it's a good thing to just have in general for that purpose as well. But for our purposes, most of these will also have a 12-volt DC outlet on them, and then they can be recharged overnight, let's say, on a 110 outlet. So they have a power cord as well. So when you're using it with a brake, you can just use that 12-volt outlet that's on your jump starter kit and use that to power the brake temporarily to get you through the remainder of a trip. Now, that being said, this is not a long-term solution. They're usually not as reliable as a hardwired 12-volt outlet. They are obviously mobile, so they can fall over or whatever. Even if you put it somewhere pretty securely, you're always gonna run the risk of, if it gets jostled too much, the 12-volt outlet could kind of lose some part of its connection, or it may fall over and damage something or something along those lines. So that's a problem. It's also relying a lot more on a human element. So no matter how good you think your memory is, there's gonna be times you're gonna forget something. And if you forget to charge this thing up overnight or something along those lines, then you're not gonna have power to the brake and you're gonna be right back where you started. So it's not a good idea to do this long term. You'll still wanna use something like a 12-volt battery direct kit if you need a dedicated outlet, or ideally to try and use a factory outlet, something along those lines. But if you lose power in the middle of a trip, it's a good way to just get through the remainder of the trip, make sure you get home safely while still using the brake, where you can actually fix the issue at hand, whether that's replacing your dedicated outlet or wiring up a dedicated outlet. Then you can just go ahead and do that. So hopefully this helps. If you're ever in the middle of a trip and you need to power your brake somehow, definitely give this a shot. It's a great way to do that, again, temporarily. So if you've got any questions on this, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We love talking with you guys. Thanksgiving is just in our rearview mirror, so hopefully everyone had a great Thanksgiving, got to spend time with family, and had some great food. And in the meantime, guys, happy RVing, and we'll see you next time.